Alright, I'm going to do a quick tutorial on how to import your Ricoh Theta photos, 360 photos from your Ricoh Theta into Immerse Creator so you can look at them inside virtual reality. So we're going to start by taking one of the Ricoh Thetas. This is one from the sunrise this morning. We were out there in the Carpinteria Bluffs checking that out. The sun isn't quite up yet. I always like Photoshop my thumb out of the bottom. So that's why that's faded out on the bottom, just so you don't have to get a close-up of my thumb. But there's our Ricoh Theta shot. I'm going to take in Maya, I'm going to create a sphere. And I'm going to make it, I don't know, about that big. We'll have to check out the relative size of the sphere to make sure that it's visible within Immerse Creator once it comes in, but we'll start there. I'm going to create a new material, and I'm going to assign that Ricoh Theta photograph as a file to that sphere. Now, if you're using 3ds or any other 3D modeling software, there's going to be a different process to that, but it's pretty straightforward to just apply a texture to a sphere. Now, one of the things that you'll probably want to do is, you might have to do, is Maya LT. Now, I'm in Maya LT 2018. It automatically is putting a spherical UV map, but if it doesn't, you'll want to create UVs for a sphere, so you just go to UV and then spherical, and then you can adjust from here to get the right, we're going to want it 180, and we're going to want it 180, and then it'll get it right. So you can do that with UVs manually, or you can just do it automatically, but there we have a sphere. And I will go ahead and post this sphere FBX in the in whatever channel. I think I'm going to post this to the Reddit channel, since that's where somebody asked about the process of importing a Ricoh Theta. So I'll put that FBX, a link to download this FBX, in case you don't have 3D modeling software, you don't know how to create UVs, or it's just not working out. You'll be able to apply yours to this FBX to be able to get the right mapping to it. All right, so we've got the FBX. We have the sphere, so now let's export selection. And I'm going to go ahead and put it on my desktop as an FBX. You want to make sure that embed media is checked, and I'm going to call it just Ricoh 360 export selection. Now, back in Steam, you want to go to Immerse Creator, right click, go to Properties, Local Files, and Browse Local Files. I went through that pretty quick, so I'm going to do it one more time. We're in Steam, find the Immerse Creator in your library, right-click, Properties, Local Files, Browse Local Files. And here we are in Immerse Creator. Looks like I've already got an FBX in here. And that's fine. So when you come here from Steam, you're going to probably find it just like this. You'll have the application file, user profile, and data folder. For whatever it's worth, this user profile folder is where you would put a photograph, your thumbnail picture. If you want that to show up on your avatar in multiplayer, you just put a square thumbnail there, and that'll show up on your avatar, and credentials will be your name that shows up above your head. So that's where you do that, for what it's worth. You can put your FBXs anywhere you want. I usually create a folder called Meshes, and then I just put it in there, or you could just put it right in your top level directory if you want it there. I gotta go get it. It was called Ricoh. I hope there's nothing confidential on my desktop that I'm publishing. And I'm gonna paste it inside of Meshes. Again, I could put it out here if I want to, but I like to keep it organized a little bit. And that's it, I believe, in here. So now let's go back to Steam, and I'm gonna go ahead and open that. And I'm gonna get within range of my sensors. And I'm going to close my window so there's not so much background noise. Sorry for that. All right. Inside Immerse Creator, we go to Saver, Import FBX. There it is, Ricoh 360. Click on that. Wait a few seconds. And then boop, 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 you hear the double beep. And now if I go into assets in imported FBXs, there's a bunch of other imported FBXs that I've imported. But the last one is a sphere. So these are a bunch of other FBXs that I've imported in the past that it keeps cached in there. Actually got another Ricoh Theta in here from before. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in. So it's pretty small. So now I guess I would probably go back into Maya and make it bigger. But oh, there's another thing. The UVs are the normals are facing the wrong way. I forgot. So we're gonna have to reverse the normals. I should have rehearsed this before I went and made this video. Oops. But we have to reverse our normals. Well, let's check it out. I'm gonna go back out of the Rift. I'm gonna go back over here to Maya. I'm going to go to surfaces and maybe it's not surfaces. Yeah, sure it is. I'm looking for reverse. Maybe it's mesh display. It's mesh display reverse. I'm not used to my LT. So it's using two-sided lighting, or it's not using two-sided lighting. So if I change that back, then I'll be able to see it right. The other thing is any object that you have named floor will be teleportable surfaces, which is kind of fun in VR. You can teleport to the surface of the sphere. So I'm going to go ahead and hit floor, call that floor. And then when I import that into Immerse Creator, I'm going to call this Ricoh 360-B. And so I want to go get that. Desktop, Ricoh 360-B, back to Steam, local files, browse local files, meshes, drop it in there. And let's go back and check it out. Meanwhile, back in VR, in Saver, import FBX. There it is again. Boom. There's the double beep. Assets, import FBX, page over to 2. And there it is. Now I'm inside of it. Now it's kind of tricky because now there's a collider on it, so you can't you can teleport to it, but it's actually kind of strange to teleport. Like you can go up above and you can grab it and move it up around you, I guess. But if you get stuck inside of it, it can get a little frustrating to try to get out of it. So the lighting isn't, we're still working on lighting. See, like now I'm inside of it, and if I teleport, unless I get my hand outside of the sphere, then I can teleport to stay in the ground. There's me, there's my wife, there's my daughter. The sun is not up yet. The sun actually rises over the mountains here. This is Carpinteria, California. Absolutely gorgeous. If you haven't been here, I would totally recommend it. It's a beautiful place. Settings, I usually try to freeze rotation on, not freeze it on the Y so that I can rotate, but it doesn't turn it sideways. Because if you turn a Ricoh Theta sideways, it'll actually make you feel kind of motion sickness because you're seeing the horizon move, at least for me anyway. I wonder what would happen if I put a light in here. Well, that's in the big container. So I'm going to delete that. I'm going to create a new container so it's normal size. Oh, that's interesting. Well, it's limit raycast. There we go. I guess it's sort of working. It's almost like it's only working on half of it. Huh. Well, it's like over there. Interesting. Whoa, there we go. Now it's brighter. So there we go. Ricoh Theta. in virtual reality with Immerse Creator. There you have it. I think I covered everything. If you wanted to share this, you can go into multiplayer and go into the public sandbox here if you wanted to. But that's how you import a Ricoh Theta 360 into virtual reality. The other day I made a bunch of these. Let's see, I think it was still in here. Import FBX. This one. This is one from the other day. I was hanging out at the beach. There was a pretty devastating fire here in the Santa Barbara County area, and this is all debris, burnt logs and everything from that fire. It was a pretty big fire. I think it was like the worst fire in California state history, followed by a pretty devastating mudslide. So it's really had some tough times here. We got here just after all of that happened. But anyway, this is about importing Ricoh Thetas into virtual reality, and we've done that. So I'm going to hang it up. Feel free to ask any questions anytime. Happy to help. Thanks for watching.